What's happening? Let's see who's gonna come in the room. Let me see if I can add some music on shit. Yeah. Let me go add some music. Up over there. Let's go to yeah. What's going on, peoples? What's happening? Trying to get some people to come in the room. I thought I was gonna play some music for my restream shit. So let me see how that go. Yeah. We in here. Let's see how many people come in the room. I'm gonna share some books tonight. I'm gonna share some what I was talking about on the show. America is the true old world. True old world. Let me go live on TikTok as well because I'm on Facebook. So let me go to TikTok and go live as well for a little bit. Get on live on TikTok. Yeah, let's do that. What's up, my peoples? What's happening? So I'm on TikTok. I gotta find my stand. Damn, where my other stand at? I didn't bring it up and downstairs. Shit. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Once again, be sharing. Shit, I gotta. Man, fuck. Let me get my damn old stand and shit. Fuck, I took the neck on that shit. Gotta bring my stand back for TikTok. My TikTokers. Shit, here we go. In order for me to do a real good show, I gotta have everything positioned right. You dig? So yeah, let me get this shit right up in here. All right. That's tight. All right. The motherfucker fucked up. All right. I need some pliers to get that damn piece on. I ain't got none up there. But anyway, back to it. What's going on, my people? What's happening? I'm on both. I'm on TikTok and YouTube. Trying to get my phone stand situated here. Shit. So that I can have everybody centralized. Damn, this motherfucker acting right. I done broke this too. I'm having a tendency to break shit lately. All right, it's not broken. Cool. That's getting right. So you can join me on YouTube, and I'm on TikTok. That's what's happening. Thank you, folks, for coming in the room. I'm gonna be doing some sharing. Tonight. This motherfucker ain't. Nah, this bitch ain't even strong enough. I ain't even fucking with this damn thing. This shit suck. It's broke. Gotta get another one. So I guess we're gonna be posted up like this then. So check this out. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it like that. TikTok. Y'all coming in the room. We're gonna do some book sharing. We're doing some sharing of some books. Trying to align both of y'all. So I got TikTok and but yeah, we're sharing this right here. America is the true old world. Let me flip my damn camera, man. This shit crazy. I'll flip this motherfucker. Excuse me. All right, let me find this shit. Mirror. Yeah. All right, cool. Now it's showing right and shit. Yeah. America, the true old world. So I'm gonna be sharing books like this, America, the True Old World. Went into my show previously. If you go into the Will This podcast, you'll see that Will This podcast, the fuck? I was discussing Mawata Ashby's work, you know, the Book of the Dead, Book of the Forthcoming by Day. We talked about the Kemetic Tree of Life. We talked about the gods and the aspects of how, you know, they came to light. And what they left with us was what? The occult. They left us with the occult. So everybody today, I think you need to understand what a cult really is, what a cult really means. A cult. Hidden means hidden. So how you get an encyclopedia like this? How does an encyclopedia like this exist? It exists because, you got people that left the planet. You call them, the Anunnaki, all those type of people. So here's one god for you right here. Lost Book of Enki, Zachariah Stitchens. You understand what I'm saying? I consider myself an Inky baby. That's what I consider myself as. So, I read a lot of stuff. I read a lot of historical books, real documentation, real people that have done a great deal of work. If you're inquisitive, you can go out here, study, get the knowledge for yourself like I do. I just so happen to buy a lot of books, a great deal of books. So I'm focusing on two platforms right now. I got my TikTok, my TikTok, I got my YouTube. So, I'm going both ways with it. So y'all just be patient. If I'm not focused on one, it means I'm focused on the other. But yeah, check this out, man. Yeah, Lost Book of Enki, real dope book, super dope book. Real, it's because it's about the memoirs and the prophecies of an extraterrestrial god. Most of y'all don't know we got it's a pantheon of gods, a pantheon, not just one, like you Christians out here like to believe. That ain't how that go. You don't understand a great deal of things, so you like the simplified, watered down the carbon copy of a version. So what I like to do is I discuss things that are real, things that you may not know of, like this right here. Check it out. Ancient America, Lost Giants. Ancient America, Lost Giants. Y'all dig that shit? Ancient America's Lost Giants. Check that out. The discovering of ancient America and its lost giants. Check this out. Check it out, y'all. YouTube. Check it out. Yep. There we go. And YouTube. Oh, here we go on TikTok. Y'all see that? Yeah, America, Land of the Giants. You thought Gilgamesh was the only one? No, not so much. The oldest fossil in the genus Homo. Check that out. Some real shit, right? So check this out. I'm gonna read a little something. Okay. I don't want to read. I don't want to start from there because that's not good. That's not really fair. So I gotta read to you from a good space, and I can actually start with the introduction because here we go, the introduction. In a time when human beings were able to access unlimited amounts of information in a blink of an eye, it would seem that all ancient myths and mysteries should go on the verge of being solved as either fact or fiction. Yet, despite the technologic utopia most people live in, the simple truth of bygones eras appears to be harder than ever to prove. And this is because evidence simply doesn't exist, or is this the worldwide archaeological cover-up going on that is determined to keep us in the status quo going? Despite the fact that the theory of evolution is just a theory, one of the constant challenges, one of the kind of challenged and bombarded by new discoveries is the theory that of before, or better or worse, has become the standard end all be all of accepting academia. But what happens to the new evidence threatens to upend the universally accepted theory. Okay, universally accepted theory. That's why you have to keep learning. That's why you have to keep understanding how to expand this thing that you got. You got to remember your brain has no ears. It's a tool of it. It doesn't have eyes itself. That's a tool of it. It doesn't feel. That's a tool of it. It doesn't see anything. Your brain, you don't even want to see because you want it encased, covered up, and you know, contained, collective, so you don't bust your fucking head. But anyway, um, most of the time, it's ridiculed, swept under the rug, or flat out ignored. Take, for instance, the theory of ancient giants once roamed the earth thousands and or even hundreds of years ago. It is duly noted, footnote, mankind history verified and spoken about in all ancient cultures from various parts of the globe. Yet, despite being mentioned in the Bible and other ancient holy texts, the idea that a forgotten race of ancient giants existed times immemorable has been relegated to the realms of fantasy and nothing else. I told you about that damn fantasy shit. Everything ain't fantasy, everything ain't myth. You understand what I'm saying? No, if you can create it in your brain, if it came out of your brain, you best believe it came from somewhere. Someone heard of the shit. Someone knew, and yeah, still know. So when you relegate shit to lies and oh, it's just myth. So I write a lot of stories about it. But damn, what about Gilgamesh? Check this out. We're gonna come back there. Let me make sure my shit right. Okay. All right. So check this out, man. You ever heard of Gilgamesh the King? Look like a children's book, don't it? It's a true story. Have you ever heard the revenge of Estar when she got mad for them killing goddamn the bull, the heavenly weapon, the god's weapon? Gilgamesh and Enkidu tore that bull ass up, fucked them up, pissed the gods off. Last quest of Gilgamesh. You see, Gilgamesh was a giant. He held a goddamn lion in his arms like a goddamn like it was a damn kitten, like a little pup kitten, little baby kitten, or some shit like a kitten. Full ass, big ass, grown male goddamn lion held like a damn baby pup or some shit. So Gilgamesh was a real giant. He lived in Ur. So him living in Ur, he was a king of everything. I think Gilgamesh was a bad motherfucker too, man. That cat, he had all the bitches, he had all the women, and when no man gonna challenge him. So the gods like, I'm gonna challenge this man because Gilgamesh was like, he was two thirds God, 1/3 man. So Gilgamesh was a bad motherfucker. He was a giant. He stood about, Gilgamesh was one of them old, like 15, 17 foot big motherfuckers, man. Like big. And every muscles all up and through him and shit. Just a huge fucking specimen of a being. God being. So, he could swim. This motherfucker was we used to piss the gods off. Because he's caused a lot of problems too. Gilgamesh take your bitch and laugh at you and whoop your ass. Eat your food too. Come bring me that shit. It's mine. Everything he is. That's how his mentality was. So if you think about it, so Gilgamesh, the gods made Enkidu. They made it, sculpted and molded Enkidu. Enkidu they sent to Ur, but he lived in the woods. And so the gods said, hey, yo. They started plotting on it. Hey, take Enkidu up there. You know what I'm saying? Got a hoe out there, a prostitute, go out there and get him some pussy. So Enkidu was wearing her ass out. Oh boy. So after it just going through, so Enkidu wearing that ass out, he tearing her ass up while he going through her. So after Enkidu stopped, that motherfucker was fucking for day. So Gilgamesh found out Enkidu was around, and boy, uh, Gilgamesh like, that's my bitch. Once again, Gilgamesh, let me take this is my bitch. Punk ass. Gilgamesh like, no, I ain't your. Ow, boy, man, them motherfuckers fought all through the street and everything. Boy, they was getting down, they beating the shit out of each other. I'm talking about everything, going back and forth. And Enkidu was getting Gilgamesh all he wanted. Gilgamesh won, got a little better of him, but he won Enkidu's respect. I mean, Enkidu won Gilgamesh's respect. They became best friends, started terrorizing the gods. When Gilgamesh supposed to marry Ishtar, boy, he was like, man, shut up, bitch. What up? Well, Gilgamesh was hell, boy. He said, I wouldn't marry you. And then they tried to make that story out of him being a homosexual. It was a brotherly pact to stop the gods from controlling and, being the guys with some trip too, man. They'll do all the little foul, fucked up shit, man. It's a lot of stories that y'all don't understand. When we were created as beings, we our story, their pantheon is just as important as our lexicon of the lexicon of human beings. We are quite an exciting being, exciting race of people that people don't really understand and know, and I think they should. I think people really should understand that this human this human story that we are participating in is a hell of a story, man. It's a great story. And you should know more about it instead of being stuck as a Christian or Muslim because you didn't even know. Most Muslims don't even understand it. Islam equals Ma'at. It's the baby of the Abrahamic religions, but it has more disciplines tied to it. It has, if you think about, again, going back to etymology, I would pick up my etymology dictionary right now. Well, let me do that. Show you something. You got to have one of these. You always need one of these, etymology dictionary. This will, let me move the mic so I can show you guys on uh, TikTok. Got to have one of these right here. Etymology dictionary. It will solve a lot of your wondering issues and your problems. It'll let you know what words actually mean and how they change words and meanings and how they make up shit. So you can't make up shit. You even understand slang. All of that's in here where it comes from, origins. That's why when you ask when it's infuriating when a European can call a black person, you were a slave. But slave is not synonymous with any a Marocan, an African people. That's synonymous with Slav. Yugoslavia, slave, Slav, slave. That's all applicable to Europeans. Never. That's a switcheroo. Just like N is an extremely noble letter. Even noble starts with the letter N. N is a noble word, and you would take that word and create it and make something slanderous out of it. So if you created English, you would never use a slanderous word with N and make it for ugly and bad and despicable when it actually stands for something completely different than what you wanted to stand for. But you want to control the narrative. Go ahead, because you can cause your fucking self a problem. You can't always cast spells in an aim of ugly because that ugly would show up on you. You're not really doing that to the person that you're trying to cast a spell on, calling them, ugly names and despicable names and shit like that. You're doing that to yourself. That's how you're really getting down. So when you got Caucasians up Spain, well, you're actually a Slav. You're the Slav. I can't be what I'm not. But when you are a disposable creature that literally turns turns the table on humanity as if you're the default, no can do. You can't possibly be a default when you're a carbon copy. Carbon copies can't be defaults. First and foremost, carbon copies. There's a lot of carbon copies around the planet. I love to keep explaining to you how these things are very, very true. A lot of people love to talk about myths, and I'm gonna tell you who created myths and made myths so-called popular. Myth is not myth. Myth shouldn't be used so loosely when you have the absolute definitive uh, evidence that's left right here on this planet. The human history and the human lexicon is extremely old, founded by the gods, founded by the pantheon of gods. But while creators of are Ea and Enki. Again, I'm gonna show you this book. Again, memoirs, and memoirs, prophecies of an extraterrestrial god. Enki was the god of the West. He's the American god. He's the god of Mu. That's why you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't understand me, look at the differences in ideologies. The ideology of take an ideology of a Christian, right? Take out they don't have a discipline. You can be forgiven for everything. It's loosely based. It's all dominating and domineering and very, very brutal and as it in its inception. The Christian construct has more murders than shit than anybody. You know what I'm saying? More murders than anybody. So I'm gonna holler at my homeboy B. I'm gonna get off here and look, y'all, man. Hey, study. I'm gonna show you this book too. Again, this is Maze. You know what I'm saying? This is Maze. This is a wonderful book right here. Ancient Egyptian Maze right here in America. This is a book about the Americas. Ancient Egyptian in America right here. Ancient Egyptian right here in America. I tell you, we're gonna do more. I'm going live a little more often and start, you know what I'm saying, building a little more. And I'm gonna show you these people who are responsible for the bullshit that you do, evolution and versus the 6 days creation story. You know what I'm saying? So this book proves the destruction of the European coming to a foreign land that you shouldn't have come here to do damage the way you have done things. Because when you understand how the unfolding of truth comes, if you're looking at the raging weathers of America, this is the land of the gods. This is the land of the gods. That's why the raging weather is the way it is. You have to be an indigenous inhabitant to withstand things. And some things you won't be able to withstand. I hope you understand the amazingly ubiquitous maize tree. Show you. Osiris was an American. Yeah, we taking them back. We taking our gods back. We showing you where you came from. You showing you where you get your knowledge from. We showing you. We coming back. We showing you all. We coming back. We bringing it. We bringing it back around here. We bringing it back this way. We're showing you what the West. We're showing you what the West really is. It ain't what you think. It's what it is. It ain't what you. No, it's not what you believe. It's what you should know. You should know who you are. As I said, and I tell you, and I tell you again, just because you're a melanated person doesn't mean you're from Africa. I have no beef with Africa. I love my cousins. But I have to set the record straight because a lot of you think somebody is subservient to you, and that's just the furthest thing from the truth. You got your gods from me. I didn't get my gods from you. This is the origins. For real. Origin stories for real. That's what I tell you. Because I'm the original. Here. You understand that? Got some more for you. That's why you should go watch my shows. I know when y'all don't be watching my shows because I don't see you comment enough. I don't see you say what you should be saying. Damn, I'm the truth out here. You know I'm the truth out here. You did? Check it out. I show evidence. I show factual evidence. I show you the fucking proof. I don't have no reason to lie about nothing. I show you the pure truth. None but the damn truth. You understand? I dispel all misconceptions. Let's tell you the fucking truth. Let me tell you about this right here. Blood and Faith, the purging of Muslim Spain. Between 1609 and 1694, King Philip III of Spain ordered the expulsion of the entire Muslim population of Spain territory. Some 350,000 men, women, and children were forcibly removed. Unlike Jews, the Muslims were all baptized Catholics who had been forcibly converted to Christianity at the beginning of the 16th century. For more than 100 years, the Moriscos, as the reluctant converts were known, lived as precarious existence in the midst of Christian society that demanded the eradication of their religion and cultural traditions. You understand that? You get it? Dispelling misconceptions. Again, the term Black, Negro, Colored, Mulatto, African American, Indian, and Native American, etc., are all derogatory terms which that have been created, used by European colonists to label, brand, and misclassify Aboriginal people in so-called America. These terms have also been used to hide the fact that Africans, are also indigenous to so-called America. What did I just finish telling you? Oh, shit. Y'all didn't know that, huh? Check it out. All right. Here we go. All right. These terms only serve the purpose and align to alienate the hidden and true identity of Aboriginal people. European ethnologists, linguists, sociologists, colonists, all have been complicit with using language and dialect as forms of social manipulation to amass ignorance and deception. As it relates to Aboriginal, through and language, it has also been colonized to impose European languages in which the original name and meaning of indigenous people and places have been replaced with Europeanized names and images. Due to European colonists changing the original names and spelling of things, it has caused many Aboriginal people to disassociate themselves from their own culture. As a result, many of us have either made ignorant to our own languages and culture or have deviated from using our original languages and culture. Some major issues I think we have as Aboriginal people is that throughout the last few centuries, as a collective, we've become so content with being referred to as Black, Indian, etc., that we demonstrate a collective inability and reluctant to change the question of origins of these terms. As consequence, we advertently perpetuate European colonization. So, exactly what we did to come to refer to ourselves as these terms. Where did these terms come from? What do these terms actually mean? Where these terms identify? Come on now. Are these terms the offspring of Aboriginal thought or culture? We defined and gave meaning to these terms. What are the meanings of implicating the terms as established by original people? How come so called Black people do not associate themselves with the Aboriginal or the indigenous so called America? How old are these terms? Does these terms Black denote a national identity? Who decides that these terms would be applied to Aboriginal people? Do these terms bind and keep us in sync with Aboriginal lineage or character? Without evolving in your feelings and beliefs, what are the legal and lawful significance of statuses of these terms? Along with the term Black, I will address other derogatory terms used to refer as Aboriginal people. So, Aboriginal people, what they're trying to do is disassociate you from your land so they can tell you where you from, how you got there, and they can beat your ass with a pen. That's how I go. Let me show you how they did that shit too. Right here. With the pen. With the pen. Whoop your ass with the pen. This is how I go. Whoop your ass with the pen. This is why they rename, reclassify, restructure Aboriginal Black Americans simply because of one thing. They don't want you to be associated with land. They want to take the land from you. Then if you go digging into the land and showing and seeing who you are and who owns what and how they stole it because it was a trick in the first place. So the fear comes from what? Oh, you got to come up off that. That belongs to me. That's not yours. That's not yours. That belongs to me. Check it out. Allotting land, chapter 8. It's plain and simple. Allotting land, just like this. What it say? Allotting land. Let's read about that. Okay. The long and exhausting process of enrollment was only the first step towards the ultimate goal of allotting land, but in the essential one, what was an essential one? The Dawes Commission noted that the process reported Merrill E. Gates, the secretary of the Board of Indian Commissioners, that the lack of correction registration citizens of the five tribes had caused the government of the United States to get to great expand has delayed the development of the United States to great expand. Yeah, has delayed the development of the country and retarded the morale, intellectual and commercial growth. For without correct roles of citizens as inequitable as equitable distribution of tribal property could not be made, and without individual ownership of property, no healthful conditions could exist. So it was a plot. It's allotting land. So they had to trick you off your land to beat you out of your land to take it. So all the trick. So enrolled on the Dawes roll so I can write you down. Then I got to deal with $5 Indians that want to pay to get on the roads. They want in too. Man, this shit it's so destructive. Negro camp during Dawes Commission enrollment at Fort Gibson, 1899 to 1901. In 1883, a second payment was authorized to distribute a process of 100,000 per year lease on approximately 8 million acres of land in the area known as outlet of the Cherokee Strip Livestock Association. Once again, the tribe excluded the Freedmen's, Delaware, and Shawnee from the share of the money. You hear that? This time, they excluded groups that sued many of these freemen, and the lawyers testified at hearings in the Commission of the Indian Affairs of Muskogee, Fort Gibson, and Tahlequah, Tahlequah. Tahlequah in May 1885. The issue still stand, not given resolve to the second per capita payment of $295 of what generally referred to Cherokee Strip money was made by John S. Dixon in 1886. The decision to whether a person or not of the Cherokee affected not only his or her right to remain on the land and receive a sharp payment, it also determined that the court system had jurisdiction over the person. Arguments between federal and tribal courts over the issue more frequently in the result of the ruling in the U.S. Supreme Court March 1st, 1886. The case of Eastern Band Cherokee Indians versus the United States and the Cherokee Nation. This decision confirmed the tribe excluded rights and determined citizenship, but only for a person who entered the nation. Damn, after August 11, 1886. As a result of the decision, December 1886, the National Path to Act established two citizenship commissions only to deal with the claims by a person who established residency before August 11, 1886, and the other hearing and applications of persons who came after that date. W.P. Ross served as the chairman of both commissions. George A. Sanders, a clerk, A.N. Chamberlain, an interpreter, and Wesley Walker, an attorney. The act of confirmed the rolls, 1835, 1848, 1851, and 1852, to allowing of commission and enrollment of descendants of any found on those rolls. Indian agent Robert L. Owens, a mixed blood Cherokee, who ordered to stop and issue certifications that prevented removal of intruders, who he claimed were mostly cowmen, farmers, coal and timber, thieves, tramps, virgins, refugees from justice, professional thieves, and whiskey peddlers. Under 1888 Tribal Act application for citizens who were required return to their nation establishment permanent resident before they could receive a citizenship certificate. That the law established a new commission that was instructed in a issue final report in the chief in November 1889. The provision was intended to make more difficult at Eastern Cherokee to join their brethren in Indian Territory to share in various payments being made. Pimping. $5 Indians. They just took all kind of shit. They just took shit. They didn't care to pay for shit. Just took it. Okay? Just took it. That's the problem. That's the problem with this land. They don't tell the history of this land. They don't tell the truth, because you will find so many things that are so obtuse, wrong, and horrible. You will have to go back to where you're from to get some things questioned. We are owed in its entirety a fuck ton of money. So I would say, people, get yourself together, get your mind right, get your act together. Start looking into your family history, look into your roots, start looking into your genealogy. I'm gonna get up out of here tonight, but thank y'all for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate y'all. Subscribe to the Will Is Podcast. It's dope, man. I'm gonna keep cooking for y'all, but today I gotta go to bed. It's late. I'm getting up out of here. I gotta work in the morning. I'll let y'all. Peace. All right. On TikTok, I'm out. I'm gone. All right, Facebook. YouTube. I salute. What's happening? I'll be back with AE tomorrow. We're gonna cook some more. So, peace. I'm getting up out of this motherfucker, man. Yeah. Holla at y'all.